Last year in China, only 6.1 million marriages were registered and filed, which is an over 1.5 million drop than the year before, which is this is a 5-year low, record low, meaning it's been dropping for 5 years. Now, you might say that's not really a lot when China has 1.4 billion people, but it is, because that number last year was only 7.8 million people. Now, these are obviously new marriages, but the number has been dropping precipitously, and the divorce rate is super high, and the birth rate right now in China is at risk, like every other Asian country. I personally, the reason why I think that Asian countries have their birth rates dropping off a cliff is because they used to have their religion, and their religion has kind of gone away in any meaningful sense. It still exists, but not in really anything of substance. And therefore, without religion, usually the birth rate will plummet, marriage rates will plummet, and yes, divorces will skyrocket. And so I think we're seeing that in China, especially with the economy being so bad in China, especially for the little people on the ground, in the villages, in the cities. It's very hard to get a job. There's no economy anymore to speak of. There's a big economy for the big people. We're talking about the small people who don't have the luxury of corruption. They're not getting married, they're not having kids, and if they were once married, they can't afford it, they're all getting divorced. China right now, not looking good. And there's always a solution for dictatorships when this happens to your country. Take all the money, instead of investing in the people, you take whatever's left and invest it in your military to hold power. And that's currently what China is doing. They want to go to war with the United States, hopefully win, because the United States would be super weak. Spoiler alert, we're not. And then take the spoils and manage to boost your economy. Unfortunately, or fortunately for us, we are not weak, and so China's plan is disintegrating because Donald Trump is back in office. We don't have a dead president anymore, and therefore there's no real cures for China's woes. And so with the tariff war, United States, we can handle a tariff war. Everything's looking up for us. For China, I don't know if China can handle a tariff war. They just tariffed like $14 billion or $74 billion worth of American goods. You think that the Chinese people can handle that? You think they're going to get married when prices go up by so many percentages? I don't think so.